Hey, y'all.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We have another episode of Real Chill Conversations, and tonight we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of online dating, all that it brings to the table, the good things, the bad things, the what ifs, all of that. Is it possible to find your true love online? Now, when I posted something in the Facebook group about whether or not it was possible to find your true love online, someone commented yes and stated that she actually got a friend request from a guy and they began a friendship and they are now married. So, the answer
That's
to the
awesome.
if it's possible, the answer to that would definitely be yes. And with all of these different reality shows that are out that are going on, this 90 Day Fiance, this Love in Paradise, all of their stories stem from them meeting online, them sending somebody a message in Instagram or on TikTok, and them developing a long distance relationship, and then it journeys their relationship from online to actually meeting in person for the first time, to the challenges that they navigate to being in a long distance relationship. Because a lot of times when you're just online, you can meet someone from anywhere. And a lot of these people, they meet and they're not in the same location. They're in different parts of the country. One might be in one state, one is in another state, or someone is in one country and someone else is in another country. But they find it within themselves to go on this path to pursue the relationship. The relationship seemed to be successful, and so we're going to talk about that tonight. And if you guys have any input, I did drop the link in the chat on the Facebook group. So if you want to join in, you want to share your story or you want to share an experience, you're more than welcome to go ahead and click on that link and join us tonight for this conversation. And we're going to talk about it. So, what do you think about people reaching out in your DMs on social media, or sending you a message or sending you a friend request? Do you think that it's initially based off the fact that they want to try to date you? Or is it a matter of, hey, they just want to be your friend and they just want to have conversation? What's your thoughts on that?
I would like for it to be friendship wise.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's like I think about those DMs and I look through my DMs because you always get the little alert and
Right,
stuff, but
right.
um not so friendship like. So I mean, I guess online dating to me is like, I know we have Tinder, Match.com, like
Yeah,
is millions of them. And I
yeah.
say,
It's just,
well, you do everything else online.
mhm.
So why not meet someone online? But I think some people just go into it for the wrong reason. But can you find true love online? I think you definitely can.
Yeah,
I think you definitely can because it's just like finding somebody in person because eventually you're gonna see that person in person.
yeah,
So to me, it's like some people be like, well, they just focusing on your profile pictures.
yeah.
But you don't know when you see that. Of course, everybody always gonna look their best self on
Right,
social media.
right.
I mean, I could post a picture with no makeup and stuff like that, but I mean, I don't look too much different of what I am. And then I don't want you to focus on my profile picture. I want you to focus on me,
Me, exactly. Exactly.
on
Yeah,
who I am.
right. Yeah. So I happen to get messages and I get DMs whenever I post a picture. I'll get comments on that picture, and then someone might be bold enough to be like, "I would love to take you to dinner. I would love to this. I would love to that." I don't respond to that because I just feel like, what's the reason Yeah, I posted a picture and you liked it, and yes, you're giving me compliments, telling me that I look good and everything, but you don't know me like that. And I guess the invitation to dinner, I'd like to take you out, is the attempt to date, to get to know me. That's what I'm thinking, that is based off of. But I don't too much respond to DMs, with those kinds of messages and with those kinds of comments and things like that. I just kind of just leave it alone. I kind of just don't respond and say anything. And that's just me. But there are a lot of people that have found success. I have a good friend of mine who has been doing online dating for a couple of years now, and her last two relationships were based off of people online. But with some of these dating apps, like, you can search for people that are in your area, people that are close to you. And so the person that she wound up the first time getting into a relationship with lived just like 20 minutes away. And the other one was like 15 minutes away. So, but that was on a specific dating app where you have to actually swipe right to show that you are still interested in this person and you have interest in this person and you would like to take it to another level and take it to a next step. And they began dating, and they dated for like a year and a half, I want to say, before the relationship ended. Now, the current relationship, they now live together. They've now have moved in together.
Wow.
They're building a home together. They're building a life together. But they actually met online. And so, with that being said, that's my closest experience that I have to online dating, is like living vicariously through friends that are utilizing these apps and are meeting people and going on dates and dating people.
If I was, in that world of dating online and meeting people online, like if I was on Tinder or Match.com or even Facebook have a dating site. I didn't
Yeah.
know that,
Yeah. Yeah.
but somebody told me that story. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's like I feel like this is a very interesting topic because I feel like it targets online period.
Hmm.
Like any social sites. It don't even have to be a dating social site.
Right.
But some people are just focused on how you look and stuff like that. Yes, true. But then you have others that are really looking for true love and they really
Yeah.
can find it. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Yeah.
I asked the question on Facebook, Brenna. Can you uh, are you able to find true love when you're not looking for it? And
Hmm.
I mean, yes, you can, but I feel like you have to be in that state as you already have love.
Right. Right.
Not because, see, I'll give this example. Some people be like, well, when I'm in a relationship, everybody want me. But when I'm
Right.
single, don't nobody want me. So you have to think about those things. And I feel like when we're lonely, that's what we're attracting, loneliness.
Right.
So you're not really going to get the best of that. But if you go in it with the right intentions of finding true love and you act as you already have it, and you may not have anybody,
Hmm.
but that's what you're going to attract. So, yes,
Yeah.
I definitely do think that you can find true love online.
Do you think that there's ways and there's things that you can do to, ensure that the person that you're conversing with online is like being honest, and like you're not in a situation where you're being catfished? Because there is a lot of that going on where people have a whole fake profile set up, a whole set of fake pictures set up, and then they reach out to you and they start wanting to communicate with you and wanting to get to know you, and you're talking to this person, and then come to find out this person isn't who they aren't really who they say they are. And that's just one of the pitfalls or the downfalls I see with online dating, because it's so easy for you to just create something that's not really real. And if you're a person that is genuinely looking for a friendship, a companionship, and something to develop into a friendship, then you need to be honest from the start, and you need to present yourself in a way that's truly who you are. And I would expect that from anyone that I was conversing with or communicating with online to, not just go off of the bio, not just go off the pics, not just go off what I'm posting, not just go off a fun,
Yeah.
social media posts. I'd want them to really be really trying to get to know me and to understand me. And so that's just one of the downfalls that I see to it is, are you really communicating with, and are you really getting to know the person
Are you really who you say you are?
really who you say you are? Yes.
But that's when it comes to like when you're doing online dating and stuff like that, and you get pretty serious with somebody, that's when you want to move on to, meeting them personally, having that vibe, that connection, because you
Yeah.
gonna know if he's the one or she is
Right.
the one. Like you gonna
Right.
feel it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Because you'll build
yeah,
a
and
connection.
I mean, eventually you got to get to know somebody. You're not gonna get to know them for front. Even if you just met a person in the streets,
Mm-hmm.
it's still the same thing. Like they can put up a persona
Right.
of what they're not, and then
Right.
you get 2-3 years down the line with this person, and it all changes.
Right. Right.
So online, it really doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
It would be like the same thing. You just have to get to know them
I
more.
think online it gives you more access and the ability to reach out and to reach people that you wouldn't normally reach when you're running to the grocery store, when you're going to Walmart, if you're at the gas station, if you're in the club, if you're out and about, if you're in the mall, if you're doing any of those things. It just gives you access to a broader network of people that can have access to you and can get to know you. And like we were saying, as long as you keeping it real, then I think it can actually turn into something. It can develop into something because just like you said, when you meet somebody on the street and let's say, there's a slight connection or a slight chemistry or there's a slight interest that's there, you're going to take all that into consideration. And then when y'all finally, go out and kind of link up in person, you're going to observe and you're going to take in all that person is giving you. And you're going to make a decision as to whether or not the things that they've been saying to you while you've been chatting and texting online and video calling and all that, if all that is actually lining up to who that person seems to be. But if they present a different person, it's like, oh, you gave me your representative. You gave me, the idea of who you wanted me to think you were, but really you're like this.
And I'll tell you another thing. That's a very good point you made. But another thing is, some people don't like to date in their same state. Like
Mhm.
me, in a perception of me being single, like when I first came, got through with the past and everything like that, like I went dating, you know,
Right, right.
like some people want to meet other people in other places, other
Yeah,
states
yeah.
that don't have nothing to do
No ties.
locally.
No ties with the current situation, no ties with the current state, no involvement with the current state.
I have a whole girl. She said, I will not date nobody in Atlanta, Georgia. Do you hear me?
I
And she
hear
was serious.
I hear her and I
She
believe
was,
that. Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
like, no, it's too many secrets. So no, for real. Like some people don't want to date in the same thing. So, in the same city, same location. So they do, they meet people from other places, and that's fine. If you want to do it online, that's fine. I don't think um yes, there are creepy people out there.
Yeah.
I know they are, but they are also, good people out there that's just trying to look for true love, and they just trying to look for their person. And it's like, if that's not your person, you're gonna know, because when you meet them face to face, because eventually you're going to get to that point.
Right.
And if you don't, then it was nothing there.
Right. Right.
But
I
eventually you're going to want to see that person. You're going
when
to want
people
to spend quality time.
when people get to know each other and they start talking and they start having their conversations and they start going over their life goals, their plans, their ambitions, or things like that, when you start sharing that information with someone, and let's say they're in a whole nother state and they share similar qualities and things that you're looking for, I think a lot of times too, love can come when you least expect it. And I think that's the beauty of it. When you go into it open minded with, oh, I'm not going to make this is not going to be my next husband, or this is not going to be my next wife, or this is not going to be my next girlfriend, but I'm just really getting to know this person. But we're making a connection. We've got a vibe that's going on. Now we want to take it to the next step. We want to see each other. We want to link up. We want to see how we are when we spend time together, when we go out, when we do things, and when we share experiences. And that person can teach you new things and give you new experiences that you never had before, especially when you're dating someone that's from a different state or even a different country. I think that's a positive. I think that is opening up your mind and opening up your world to new opportunities that you didn't have access to before. So I am all for the potentials and the possibilities of finding true love online. But I think it's best when you go into it without having the mindset of, okay, this is going to be my next girlfriend. This is going to be my next boyfriend. I'm going to make this person my wife. I'm going to make this person my husband. You need to go into it with, okay, we've got a connection. We're vibing. Now we're spending time together. We've taken it to the next level. Visits are involved. Travel is
But that
involved.
should be in real life.
It should be. It should
Like
be.
in real life, we shouldn't be going in the streets, meeting someone, and then boom. Like, no, you got to get to, build a friendship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the beauty online is really one of the things that I thought about was how grateful it is on the tip of you're not seeing this person.
Right.
So therefore, yeah, you may be lusting over my picture,
Right.
but
Right.
you know what
You
I'm
gotta
saying? You
talk to
actually getting conversation from me.
right.
You
You have to
actually
talk.
getting into my mind. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like that is a little beauty that I find in it, because some people, they'll just, like, even if you meet them in the streets, they'll look at you and they'll be like, dang, she fine, or dang, he fine, but that's what you focused on.
Mhm. And that's the wrong focus. I think that's the wrong focus. And we have to get away from that. And I think you need to let things unfold organically, whether it's online or whether it's in person. You have
Cause
to,
she may be fine, but she crazy.
or he may be fine, but he got six baby mamas and all this other kind of drama and stuff going on. And it's like, you got to ask yourself, do you want that in your life? Do you want that whole package of what comes with that person and what that person is bringing to the table and bringing to the situation? And so, everybody has a past. Everybody has things that they've gone through. Everybody's gone through a traumatic breakup, a traumatic situation with another party, somebody that they were involved with. And back in the day, before Facebook and social media was really popping, the only way that you met people was really being out and about, or getting introduced through like mutual friends. Oh, I know somebody that I think you might like. Let me introduce y'all. And then maybe you guys go out on a date and you start talking or whatever, and you see where it goes from there. But in today's society, where we are in 2023, we just have access to so many people, and so much is through social media and all these different apps that you can get on that will allow you to get to meet people and see people. And I do think there's a lot of people out there that literally are, I mean, like Tinder, from my understanding, yes, there have been people that have actually met and gotten married and had a relationship and have kids and settled down and gotten a home together and all of that through Tinder. But from my understanding, when Tinder initially came out, Tinder was initially for like the hookup. Like, hey, I'm
It's
15 minutes
for the
away.
freaks.
I'm at this location. Exactly. 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 Want some? I'm gonna give you some. And that was my whole persona, understanding of what Tinder was. But people on Tinder are talking about, no, I actually met my now current wife, my now current
Yeah.
husband through Tinder. And I think that's the case with all of the dating apps that are
I
out
mean,
there
we meet them everywhere. Facebook,
everywhere. Right.
TikTok.
Yeah. Instagram.
But
All these.
seriously, like I do believe in you can find true love online.
Yeah. And I think the beauty of it is when the love comes when you are not really expecting it. When you don't have a mission to be going out and like searching for love, especially when you're coming out of a situation, you're coming out of a situation and you're newly single and now it's like, okay, now what do I do? Well, now what you do is like you take time for yourself and you do the things that you need to do in order to heal yourself from your previous situation.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Somebody happens to come into your life and there's
Mhm.
chemistry and there's a vibe and y'all are making a connection, then plant the seed and let it grow and see where it grows and take that opportunity because you may find yourself in a very happy situation. You may
Yes.
find yourself being in love and you weren't even looking for it in the initial stages. And so that happens.
Yes. Once you focus on yourself, especially by coming out of relationship, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you went through the healing process. Some people do go through a long extent of healing process.
Yeah.
But some people, can come out of a relationship and, been through that process.
Pick up,
So,
they can pick up and they can move on
yeah,
because you have the ability to put the situation in the past where it belongs. Okay, that might
right.
have been 10, 12, 15 years of my life, but that's over now. And I'm in a new stage and I'm in a new state. It's like becoming a butterfly, metamorphosizing into the butterfly. You've now left a situation and now you've become this new person. You have recognized and realized what you'll put up with, what you won't put up with, what you'll tolerate, what you won't tolerate, the things that you're looking for. And when that person is checking all of those marks for you, then I think you should move forward and give it a go and give it a chance and give it an opportunity. Because if they're not giving you any red flags, and if they're not giving you any signs and symptoms of your previous situations, especially if the situation was unhealthy and if it was toxic, then you should allow it to unfold organically. You should let it grow. You should. If the person is like, hey, let's meet up, let's get together. Yes, you should. If they want to make plans and plan a trip for you guys to do something together, yes, you should. The important thing is to just look out for those red flags. And the red flags to me would be if somebody is not available to talk when they say they're available to talk. If they're not willing to do like video calls with you so that you can really see that they are who they say they are. And they start playing games and, oh, I'm sorry, my phone is dead. I can't talk right now. I can't chat right now. To me, those are some of the red flags that you need to look out for and you need to watch out for because people will make themselves available to the things that are important to them and to the things that are interesting to them. So
Those are the
if you see that person is making time for you and putting
mhm,
forth the effort is the key part. The effort that they're putting forth into getting to know who you are and not just going through and like liking all of your pictures and
right.
commenting on your pictures and commenting under your posts, but they really want to know like, what is this person about? what is it that they're looking for? What are they trying to do with their life? Then yeah, I think it's okay. I
And
think it's
that's when I go back to the right reasons, you
yeah,
see. Because you can just get online, but be clear on what you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then don't try to pretend to be somebody else. Just be yourself.
right.
Because I
And I
feel
think
like there's somebody for everybody at
yes,
the end of the day. So it's like, don't try to put on a persona to just get somebody and try to date them or get in a relationship with them.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Just be yourself because it's gonna come out anyway.
Anyway, and it
So
always
if
does.
they like you, they just gonna like you for who you are. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? If they don't, then that's not your person. Keep it moving.
right.
Next.
Yeah, next. We gonna swipe right on the next one, and we're gonna keep it pushing, and we're gonna move forward. I think that's so important, and that's key
And
because
make it clear what you want.
right,
You just want a one night stand or three or years one night stands, then make
right,
it clear. You
yeah,
want to
exactly,
date, make it clear. If
right.
you don't want to date, because I know, for example, me, I don't want to date, but I didn't want to date. Let me say
Hmm.
that. But, and if you want a relationship, you're looking for someone to, build a life with, stuff like that, make it clear that's what you want. So the other person will know your expectations. Because in 2023,
Right,
people act like they can't speak.
and that
But
and
you
that's
gotta talk.
a problem. You have got to talk, you have to communicate. And we have to be on the same page. That's the other thing. We have to have a mutual understanding. You
Right.
can't go into a situation thinking that, okay, we're in a mutually exclusive relationship. We're
Mm-hmm.
dating. This is my boyfriend. This is my girlfriend. I'm not seeing anybody else. I'm not talking to anybody else. I'm not doing anything else. But here you are on the side having these hit it and quit it's, on a regular basis, and then you making plans to fly me out.
But that's the thing. When you dating, I don't see why people get so wrapped up of just dating one person.
Yeah,
To this day, I know I talked about it in a previous podcast, but I don't see, I just, if that's all you want, then, you know what I'm saying? You have to expect that person to be talking to other people as well.
right. And you have
It's
to be
like a
okay.
little competition.
Right. And you have to be okay. And you have to be okay with that.
I don't
Like,
want it, but I'm just saying.
yeah, you have to be okay with what the other person is talking about. So if you're in a situation and you have one idea of expectations, but they have another idea of expectations, then y'all are not on the same page. And that is not
Right.
going to grow into a type of relationship that's going to be satisfactory to both parties. Somebody in this situation is going to be left feeling some type of way because what they wanted is not what they got. I wanted
Exactly.
something that was going to just be here for me, but this person is still out here seeing other people, dating other people, meeting other people, and not just dealing with me. And I think too, that's another situation that I call into question is why the rush to move into such an exclusive situation? Why the rush to immediately make this person your girlfriend or your boyfriend and you still are not sure what it is that you want from that person because you haven't had the opportunity to really get to know that person and what that person is all about? I mean, why do you want to look forward to the future and say, oh, I want to make this person my future wife, my future husband, my future
I
girlfriend, my
think
future.
I think, see, okay, like, I think, as just experience wise, I think, if a person, if you're really vibing with that person, and I think, if it's really true love.
Yeah.
Um, if you having questions in your mind and all kind of question marks and stuff, and that's why I said just date. If you having questions and you're having little red flags, I think you'll know by the vibration, like automatically. You know what I'm saying? Like
The energy.
that's
That's
another
you.
topic for the vibrations, by the way. But I'm just saying, like, you know, if you really want something serious with this person.
Yeah.
I feel like the dating world to me is like shopping.
Yeah.
So even if you're out here physically meeting people and getting to know them, same thing online. You scrolling through their pictures, trying to see which ones look good, and you can send a DM to.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like the dating world for me is not serious at all. I feel like
Right.
it's a competition. It's just I feel like true love happens organically. You don't have
Yeah.
to make it happen.
You don't have to,
It
you should
just
have to
comes.
force it. You shouldn't have to force it. It should just be. You should just be arriving at that destination organically without having to have forced the situation, without having to lay out a series of demands and, all these rules and all these regulations. That shouldn't be in the situation at all. It should be a decision that you guys arrive at together, again, showing that you're on the same page and you have an understanding, you have a mutual understanding, and you both feel the same way. So therefore you're going to proceed in a manner that's conducive to amplifying the relationship and taking it to whatever next level you feel is appropriate for y'all at that time. And too many people, I feel like they want to rush that because it's almost like people that go to like these speed dating events. There's these speed dating events where you get like 5 minutes with a person to ask them questions and whatever, and then at the end of that, you then circle out around and you have questions with another person and another person and another person, and then at the
Where
end of
is
the night,
that?
they're all over the place. They're all over the place, especially here in Atlanta. Oh my gosh. um
I've heard of some other things in Atlanta. Right?
But after going through it like a speed dating event, then at the end of the night, you then like make a decision as to what are the guys that you're interested in. Who would you like to go on a solo date with? And set up, let's go for coffee, let's go for lunch, let's do a picnic in Piedmont Park, let's go here, let's go to a sip and paint, let's do whatever. When you're going through these speed dating situations, you've got 5 minutes to ask this person all the questions that you want to ask them to make a determination as to whether or not you want to move forward and you want to try to get to know the person more and to get to know the person better. And I just don't feel like 5 minutes is enough time. But I feel like with online dating, you have the opportunity and you have the access to be in a pretty constant communication with this person and to be able to text them and to be able to video chat and to have these conversations and the deeper conversations, and for them to really to get to know you and for you to really get to know them, to make the decision as to whether or not this is something that you want to pursue, or is this something casual? Is this something that I'm just kind of doing, like we're just having fun right now? And if you're just having fun right now with social media dating and dating on social media apps, that's cool too. Like, nobody is saying that you got to rush to get down the aisle and get that ring and then take these vows, because marriage, honey, is a serious situation and it's not for everybody. It's when people tell you that marriage is work, it is work. And I don't think you should be in a rush to try to get to that state. And I think that a lot of people are, because they feel like that somehow defines them. And I think that's a misconception. I don't think you're defined by whether you're married or whether you're single. I think you're defined by who you are as a person.
Um, yeah, that's true as a person. Um, I do feel like some people go, like meet some people online and something, they go out. And like you were saying, like you only give this person like 30 minutes to have a conversation time. You don't know if this person is nervous. You don't know. And then they be like, oh no, next. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Right.
yeah, like I feel like that's a little unfair. Um,
Yeah.
but like I said, like when you talking about true love, I don't care what nobody say. Like you could put on your profile, I don't want this, I don't want
Hmm.
this, and I don't want a woman like this. But if that's the woman that you fall in love with and you accept it, then that's beautiful. Cause I
Yeah.
feel like that's true love. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people want to accept a lot of things, and some women or some men, they have a lot of kids, and some people don't want to get with people, you know what I'm saying, that have a lot of kids.
That's a good point. That's a really good
So, but guess what? They still willing to accept it because they fell in love.
point. Right.
So,
Like I
even
was
though
saying,
that was one of their X marks,
right. And like I was saying,
can't help who you love.
everybody has a past. So if I have a past where I was married for X number of years, or I was in a long-term relationship for X number of years, and we produced three, four, five kids together, that's part of who I am. And
Yeah,
you have to accept that. But if I'm telling you that I've got three, four, five kids, and you're like, oh, I don't want a woman with kids because I don't want to deal with no drama, but I'm still drawn to that person. I'm still interested in that person. That person is still checking off all my tick marks. Then maybe you're in a situation where the kids isn't the barrier to you. What you thought was going to be a barrier in terms of a person having a lot of kids is not actually a barrier, because you recognize the person for who they are, and you have an understanding of who they are, and you accept them and you love them for them being themselves. And the fact that they have X number of kids is not an issue for you any longer, even though it previously might have been something that you said, oh no, I'm not getting with nobody that got five kids, three kids, four kids, whatever. That's too many kids for me. People do that. They do that, and then they come back and they're like, well, you know what? She may got three kids, four kids, five kids, but I love her. I love her anyway.
absolutely. And that's when, it's part of true love. You can't help who you love. I think you can have this whole big list of just, the qualities you want in a person. We all have flaws. So,
Yeah.
if you just willing to work with those flaws,
Yeah, because
I don't
nobody's
think you
perfect.
see them really.
Yeah. Nobody's perfect. I mean, we've all got our shit. And I think when you're able to take accountability and take responsibility for your shit, and you know what it is that you've got going on, but the other person doesn't blame you for it and doesn't down you for it, then that's when you're on the path to being in a true love situation, because they're not holding you to a lesser standard because you're in a certain situation, or you've been through certain things, or you've experienced certain things. They just accept you for what you are, as in right now, today. They're not trying to turn you into somebody else. They're not trying to make you into somebody else. They're not trying to turn you into another person. They're not trying to build a woman from scratch. They're just accepting you for who you are. And I think that's what's important. And that's what we need to recognize. And that's when you need to see, oh my gosh, this person values me. This person cares about my feelings. This person doesn't judge me. And that's what's really, really important, is being in a situation where someone is not judging you for whatever situation that you may be in. And they're not judging you for your past, because everybody has one. Everybody has one. Whether they choose to disclose all of it or not, everybody has a past. Everyone does.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And that is the road to true love.
it is. Mhm.
I tell you, one thing about it, if you're looking for true love, I don't care if it's online or in real life. Like, as long as you feel grateful and just be grateful. Like, I learned that.
Yeah.
Like, I had to feel grateful within myself and
Hmm.
with a lot of things around me in order for me to attract even love.
Right.
So,
You have to be in a certain place, and when you're in a certain place within yourself, the true love actually finds you without you actually looking for it. And that's the beauty of it is you're like, I wasn't even looking. Like I wasn't even looking for it. And it came into my life and now it's such a blessing. I think that's
you
the
feel like
positive.
I was focused on
Yeah.
this and on that. I was not focused on getting, but I, like me personally, I always said, if I was to fall in love again, it would come from God directly. Because some people, yeah, you're right, they're not looking for it.
Yeah.
And it just happens. And when
Yeah.
it just happens and it's organically and it's beautiful and it feels like butterflies in your stomach, and
Yes.
then you
Yeah.
know it's true love.
Yes. Because you did say the next person that you were with was going to be God sent and you would know it. So, absolutely. I think that is
Absolutely.
definitely the case. Do you have any closing statements? Anything that you want to say before we get off of here?
The only thing I can say is, you know, if you going online, which is the same thing as going in person and meeting people, just, you do always want to be careful, of course. That's number one. But number two, you'll know when it's true love
Yeah, you'll
because it
know.
just don't happen.
It's just going to
You ain't gonna
happen.
have, you ain't gonna have no questions.
No questions.
I'm talking
You
about
just,
you're not gonna be able to question yourself. That's what
right.
you're gonna have questions for the person, but
Right.
you definitely not gonna be able to question your feelings because you're gonna feel it.
Yeah, you're gonna feel it, and you'll know. I think
Yeah.
you'll definitely know, and as long as there's no red flags that are popping up at you, nothing that's coming back like, "Ooh, I've been through this type of situation before. I know how this is going to play out. I automatically know how this is going to turn out," and all of that. As long as that's not in place, and you're happy and you're at peace, and you feel supported and you feel encouraged and you feel truly cared about, and this person truly cares about your time, wanting to spend time with you, wanting to make time for you. That's the other thing too. It's like, it can't be I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. I'm working, I'm working, I'm working, I'm working. Yes, I know. We all are working. We all are trying to put food on the table and pay the bills and everything else. But the person that truly wants to be with you is going to want to make the time to be with you, and is going to want to make the time to see you, and is going to want to show the effort that they truly care about who you are as a person. I think that's what's important. And that's whether you're doing it online, whether you met at the grocery store or in the Walmart parking lot or whatever the case may be. I know tonight's topic is about online dating, but I do think that it is possible to find true love. We've had several people comment that they have found it online. They are with their person. They have found their person. I am so happy for you. I think that it is such a blessing and it's something that you should really be grateful for and appreciate because it's hard out here. It's hard out here. It's not
It's
easy.
hard out here for a pimp. No, just no, but seriously, I'm not a pimp, but I'm just playing. I was just throwing that in there. But
If y'all, not a fan. She just
Brother, don't start making me laugh. No, seriously. Like self-love, and I'll go back to self-love. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. I go back to self-love because I feel like if you love yourself, it's gonna be easy for you to love that person
yeah.
because you
Yes.
already know.
Yeah. You're gonna know. And that
Yeah.
you definitely have to love yourself, and you have to have done the work on yourself to be able to receive what somebody else is offering you. You
So
know,
own it. Act like you already got love, and
yeah,
you're gonna find true love.
you're gonna
It's
find
beautiful.
it is. It is. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Real Chill Conversations, talking about can we find true love online dating? Yes, you can. If you are in a situation and you want to share your situation, feel free to go to our Facebook group, drop your story in the comments. We'll certainly talk about it, we'll certainly respond to it. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you go to our Instagram page, Real Chill Conversations. If there's if hot topics, if there's things that you want us to talk about, things there. We got several places y'all can communicate with us, and we talk about the things that are on y'all's minds, and we'll give our feedback and our input as we get into the conversation and we get into the discussion. But it's been another great episode. I've enjoyed talking about this with you, Dominique, as
Thank
always.
you.
And we'll see y'all next week. Dominique's got something special planned for
Oh
us.
yes, I
I know
do.
what
Y'all
it
have
is.
to tune in because it's gonna be so educational.
Yes,
So
as always.
see y'all next Sunday.
Bye,
Peace out.
y'all. Bye.
Bye.